What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and this is probably going to be a short video, but there's like a little hidden gem right here in Bonifacio Global City, and it's mentioned that it's actually the longest urban park in Metro Manila, which is the BGC Greenway. I discovered that like a few weeks ago, and it's actually a pretty nice area. It borders with the golf course, and it's a long like road where people can run, jog, or even walk and enjoy themselves. Like a little urban, Greenway Park surrounded by some of the condominiums in the western part of this neighborhood. So I'm gonna walk around there and show you guys the area a little bit. So without further ado, join me. And the park literally starts at the end of 31st Street, and it goes all the way towards 5th Avenue, bordering McKinley Parkway by Forest Town. So, it's summertime, a little bit hot, but right now it's cloudy, so hopefully that helps out a little bit with the weather. But it's a pretty lovely day, regardless of what. But there's so many activities in Bonifacio Global City. They have this garden over here, kind of like the ones that I see in New York City, like parks in between, and they set up plants, I guess vegetables. If you follow their webpage and social media, they show you events and all the activities that you got going on. Then regardless of tall buildings, they got an S&R membership joint, which is kind of like a Sam's Club, but Filipino version. They have them all over here in Metro Manila. And this over here is the borderline of 5th Avenue with St. Luke's and Rizal Drive. I could go either here or here, it's probably shortcut over that way and show you, the area. I'm probably gonna go over here, the shortcut. This over here is one of the major hospitals, probably in the entire Philippines. But I like how they got a street art here that divides, the local barangay, which is South Sambo. I already filmed in South Sambo a few times. Now I'm just passing the St. Luke's, which is right here. They got Art Center, they got the emergency joint, and then to my other side, they got the Resource Center, which has a back entrance by South Sambo. Never been on the inside, and God forbid I don't get very sick that I had to end up here, but if that ever happens, I know I'm in good hands because, all over the world we got Filipino nurses, and I know they take good care of their patients. Well, they already have a heavy traffic jam here. But most of the times in Bonifacio Global City, the traffic jam is piled up here because this is 32nd Street, which it will take you into EDSA, Kalayaan and EDSA. So people are trying to exit the district, and make it back towards the major highway that connects to many parts of Metro Manila. Today is a Tuesday, so that explains also the traffic jam. Well, even St. Luke's got a big bus like this. Not sure where that bus would take me, but like I said, this is probably some of the best hospitals in Metro Manila. I even heard in the entire Philippines. Because like a private corporation hospital, so they're probably not cheap, but I guess the service has got to be good here. They even have like some restaurants in the inside. Now I'm gonna cross the street over here and then merge. This is 32nd, I gotta merge into 31st. And then you see some of the buildings of Bonifacio Global City and the iconic Jollibee right here. This is Rizal Drive, and you see all the tall buildings. Shangri-La is right here. I think they got a few, like 3 Shangri-Las, I could be wrong, but they have them around the metro. The other one is actually in Makati. This is mostly like a mix of call centers, shopping centers, and restaurant joints. And then to my right is 31st, so if I walk all the way towards the end, it's gonna take me into that linear park. And I've walked this side many times. And here people wait for the bus, because a lot of buses, they take you throughout different parts of the metro. I actually saw one bus that goes to Pasay. So you can take it up here, that explains. I guess people work in call centers, and then they hop on the bus and go to where they actually live. And I'm sure a lot of locals in the area, they probably know about this park. But I still call it a hidden gem because many people, when they come here, they always focus, by 5th Avenue or Uptown. But, even myself that I live out here, I had no idea that Greenway was right there. And that Greenway is actually really good, man, because it's covered with trees, and, you can do some exercise, walking, running, or even just sit down and chill. Even if you're in the heart of the city, you could get a little bit of a peaceful vibe right here. And this is really a 2nd Avenue that would take you to Burgos Circle and Forest Town, which is a nice, cool district out in Metro and BGC. And I'm starting to see some of the flowers of the trees I read. They look literally like the flamboyant that we got in Puerto Rico during certain seasons. They come out, but we're still, I think it's still summer, even though it's about to end. It's already May 5th, the day that I filmed this video, but hopefully the weather cools down a little bit, but I don't mind it at all. So the linear park is over there. I see all the trees are covered, and I see the buildings of Makati. So a little bit hidden here, but it's, you know, it's a little bit long. I think 1.6 kilometers, I could be wrong. So it's a decent size. You can run back and forth, etc. If you're tired of being somewhere that's crowded, you can go there and escape and get some peaceful and quiet. Then I think at the end is where they park all the buses of BGC. And I'm approaching the park. You can see the buildings behind me. And then over here, I guess they store all the buses. Those will take you to Wanayala, and some of them, they go like around the neighborhood. I never taken it yet, but maybe in the future I'll take it. But then the beautiful linear park is right here. So you see all the buses parked right here. And then this will be the entrance to the Greenway, where a lot of the locals, they come and they do their exercise. And then here we are. This is either the beginning or the ending, but it's gonna go all the way up the hill. And look at the flowers over here, which I like them. It's beautiful. And that's like the ending. Not sure if in the future they'll extend it. That'll be good. But then now we're gonna walk all the way towards the end. In the evening, when the weather cools down, you'll see it more busier. But we are in for a treat now. You know I love walking a lot, so this is pretty helpful for me to do my exercise or meditation. I like the way how the park looks like with the buildings. This is it here. Like I said, I like the trees and everything. And then the mixture of the buildings. To my right is a golf course, but that is actually really private. And then the other side is where they got the exclusive Forbes Park. You know, that's super wealthy area. But this here, you know, it's a hidden gem in Bonifacio Global City. And like I say, due to it being kind of noon and very hot, I think that explains why you don't see many people. But if you come early in the morning or you come in the afternoon or nighttime, this is gonna be busy. People doing their exercise. And I think it's open 24 hours, but it's a very good concept, you know. Like I just discovered this a few weeks ago, so this is a perfect area for the residents over here, or even visitors that come and they wanna do their exercise, running or jogging, or their training for a marathon. They could come out here and do it. But there's many roads in Bonifacio Global City that are pretty safe to run. I've been doing it with my fiance. But yeah, this is a really nice concept out here. Then here you see some of the apartments. I assume this is like the parking lot, and then the condos. In the nighttime, it lights up. It makes it feel like if you're, I don't know, in an Eastern Asian country like Taiwan or somewhere like that. Yo, the humidity is kicking in. You know, I'm starting to sweat, but I picked the wrong time, like at this time. But it's okay, because I'm filming the video quick, and then I just head back to my condo. But just wanted to show you what's happening out here. And I did mention this in one of my previous videos. This is reminding me of the Chelsea High Line in New York City. The only difference, this is not a train track, but it reminds me that like a linear park surrounded by tall buildings. I think this is like an exit right here to one of the condos or the Forbes town, but there's another exit by a little circle on the other side, so I'll show you a little bit of the area. I also noticed a lot of cats out here, but they're well fed. For example, see, they put water and food, and then I'm gonna assume these cats are the security guards too. This one's sleeping. Here's another one, see, spiritual cat. But there's sacred animals out here in the Philippines, and people do take well care of the cats out here. So you don't gotta worry if they live in the street. See, there's another one over here. There's another one sleeping right here. I'll let them do their thing and sleep. And then we're gonna continue walking the stretch all the way up towards 5th Avenue. It's gonna be a workout because we're literally going up the hills. But see, it seems like these trees are gonna grow a little bit more in the future. Then we'll be walking under a tunnel of trees. Just look at this, see? All these trees, and then the super tall residential units. Whoever lives up top, they got a nice view because they got the view of the golf course and the view of Makati in the other side, like the skyscrapers. And talking about views, I'm pretty sure during New Year's, if you live over those buildings, it's gonna be epic because you'll see all the fireworks. I'm excited for New Year because I'll be living out here, and I want to document how the streets and the vibes look like. And I'll probably go up to my apartment complex. You know, there's a balcony, and you could get the skyline of Metro Manila. So I'm probably gonna stand on there on top and show you the fireworks if you guys are interested in that. And I'm thinking about going out the next day early in the morning to see how empty the streets are. I think that's gonna be actually pretty epic. And this is the division of the golf course. Like I say, this linear keeps going forward. You still got a little bit of a long way to walk. And I'm telling you, walking around here makes me feel like if I'm already back home in the States. The layout is, and the trees, and the buildings, you know. Like I say, this is actually probably the best kept secret of Bonifacio Global City. This park over here with views of the golf course and the other side. So yeah, pretty exclusive area right here, you know. But yeah, pretty blessed to be living out here in this country that adopted me. And this over here is the scaffolding. Because they're developing a super tall building right here. To my left, you can hear the noise. But I like how the scaffolding looks like. You know, that way it protects. I used to see the scaffoldings every time when I was in New York City. So it's good to see it over here, you know. Here you see what's going on behind me. Huge construction. They keep building and building, and I like the layouts of these trees over here protecting something that's around here. A little bit ahead, there's like a little mini park, and I think it's called Oval Circle. I did film there a while ago in the circle, but I never went all the way towards the end and discovered this linear park that we got going on. So far, I walked all the way this, and I got another one like probably half of the way ahead of me that I can see. Right here you can see, yeah, this area is really reminding me when I went to Taipei, Taiwan. Over there they have a lot of parks like this that is walkable and mixed between the cities. Like the area that I filmed near Taipei 101, which is the tallest building in Taiwan, it does has, you know, a lot of resemblance with this. But this is the heart of Metro Manila in the Philippines, Taguig City. Then I like these buildings over here. The urban design, the futuristic design, it looks pretty cool. And over here should be the local park. This is the park over here, and there's a circle over that way. So I'm just gonna walk and show you guys ahead, and then I'm gonna turn back and finish my trek through the Greenway so you can see what it looks like. But pretty nice over here, and surrounded a little by trees. I can hear even the species around the trees. So this is another circle right here. Not too busy today, but you see a lot of people, they come and they do picnics. It's appear there's a couple of people ahead of me. And then you're surrounded by all this beautiful architecture. And then once again, the entrance to the Greenway is right here, so a little hidden gem. So we're just gonna walk back and continue our journey to the very end of the park. You can see what's going on there. Very nice concept. Can't believe I missed this the last time that I discovered this park out here. And we're gonna walk ahead, and over here we're gonna start going up the hill. If you're running, this is a good workout. I actually saw a foreigner. The first time I discovered this park, she was running back and forth, down, up, and down. So I think that's literally a good workout for legs. Maybe I should implement that workout because my legs are, like we say in the States, chicken legs are skinny. So maybe if I do that, I might gain some muscles in my feet. And here you see how nice it is. You cannot bike here. I don't think it's allowed, but you can walk and run. Then they even have a CR, a restroom, a washroom. You know, if you have to do your necessities. They got one here looking nice. Then look at this tree, how gorgeous it is. So yeah, I like how they have all these trees over here protected. And I've mentioned this many times before, Metro Manila, not just here, but all over. They need to implement more parks like this, but bigger ones. Because I feel like it will make it more walkable and help out with the weather since it gets brutally hot out here. And you just keep going over here, and here I'm going up the hill. So I'm starting to feel a little bit the consequences. But it's all good. You guys know I love walking and working out. So this is helpful for me, like a good cardio. Keep going over here. Good thing there's a breeze hitting me, so it doesn't feel brutally hot. Here's like another entrance too. Or another exit of the park, and you can see some of the buildings at the end over there. And you continue going over here, then should be Forbes Park, which is pretty exclusive, so it's like in the borderline of it. So either that's the entrance or the beginning of this Greenway. Over here, that's being amazing. And we're almost finishing this stretch over here, this walk. You see the nice apartments. So there's plenty of space. Not sure if in the future maybe they can plant more vegetation or they're gonna widen up, you know, the road, the sidewalk for people to walk and run. We'll figure out, you know. And in the nighttime, they lit this up, just in case if you guys are wondering. I came here in the nighttime. Didn't film it, but they literally lit it up, so no matter what time of the day you come, it's pretty accessible for the people. And we're about to reach the end, so to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think it's really that big, honestly. But it's okay, because we got Bonifacio Global City and there's many other areas to walk and run around, do your recreational activities. But it's a pretty nice concept. Maybe in the future they'll do an extension or maybe build like a loop around the Bonifacio Global City area. That would be pretty interesting. And this is the entrance, McKinley Hill Parkway, and then 5th Avenue is going back, which is where I'm gonna walk and head back towards my accommodation. That's the design of this building. It's pretty interesting. So I exited the Greenway and I was reading a little information at the entrance about the Greenway, and it was opening October 22nd, 2019. So it's been 7 years since they opened that park. And it was in help with the private corporation over here that they made it possible. So, a pretty good concept that they did here for the community. And then here I am in 5th Avenue, surrounded by all the buildings. They're building a new one over here. I saw a couple of renderings of new skyscrapers that are being built. Super tall. I'm not sure if it's gonna be this one, but there's one that looks literally like a needle, how tall it's gonna be. 23rd Street, that was the area that I was filming on the other side. And then the touristy area is over that way. Once you make it, past 28th Street, that's where all the people, they come when they come to Bonifacio Global City. Pretty simple. I was just showing you that Greenway, and I think more people should explore it, walk it. You could be here in the heart of the city, but you could get some peace at the same time, and that's what a lot of cities in the future, they should be like of course, have a balance of light time with developments and work life, but also have an area for you to meditate and do your workout and run. Try to balance the good health with corporate world. This is Rizal Drive the other way. You go out there and you end up by Burgos Circle. You see all these buildings over here, new building that's being built up. So the whole time I was thinking that those BGC buses would take me to Juan Ayala and Makati, but I discovered that those buses can take me to Arca South. Somebody in the comments recommended me to go check out that area. I don't think there's really much going on, but I was searching it up, and it's like a new business district that's being developed here in Taguig. It's heading more like towards the airport, so about a 30-minute drive from here, depending on the traffic. So maybe in the future, I'll make my way over there and explore the area and blog to see what's going on over there. Here we are walking 5th Avenue. Got a couple of coffee joints, drinking boba tea. Ooh, halo. I gotta come here and check this spot out. Then over here used to be the Fort Strip, but not sure what's gonna be developed over there. It's funny, 5th Avenue in Bonifacio, and then we got 5th Avenue in Manhattan, New York. But a lot of the streets here are labeled in order, like 26th Street, 27, then 5th, 4th, 6th Avenue, so pretty easy to get around with the layout. And you see some of the skyscrapers that the neighborhood can offer you. I've always been a fan of tall buildings when I was a kid, because I grew up in Puerto Rico, and the tallest building, I think it's like 25 stories, maybe 30, which is in San Juan. So it's pretty rare to see a super tall building. So I've always been obsessed, and that's one of the reasons why I end up working and living in the New York City area, because I like to be where the action is. And here we got the coffee bean tea. Pretty good coffee though, I tried the one in Mitsukoshi, and it's not just a coffee shop. They got some great cuisine also. It's one thing that I like about the Philippines, so a lot of these Asian countries, that they got these chain restaurants, but it's not just like about coffee or juice, whatever they specialize. They also offer like some great cuisine, healthy options too, something that kind of lacks back home in the States. So many call centers all over here. So 24 hours, you could come in late at night and you're still gonna see people out and about. So the city that really don't sleep. You see a lot of people get that title to New York City, but I think that goes to this city and Bangkok, many Asian cities. Because when you go 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, there's still a lot of activities happening outside. Wow, this looks nice. I never walk in this side. I always walk where this area is, where the empty lot is, but wow. Maybe they do some festivals out here. To be honest, I think I did walk this side when they had the car show event. And I heard that actually every Sunday in the mornings they do it. So I might have to come, because I heard the car scene in the Philippines is actually pretty big. And I believe it because when I posted that video that was randomly that I decided to film, a lot of Filipinos, they watch it and they like it. So I'll probably film more car content too if you guys want to see that. But I think this is gonna conclude the video for today. Just a short video to show you that beautiful greenway. And you guys should definitely check it out. You know, it's a pretty nice oasis right here in the heart of the city. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.